So what does a good graph look like? Now, this is a typical graph that you'll often find in a piece of student work. It's a generic product from Excel, Microsoft Excel, and it's rubbish. You've got two variables and you're comparing those two variables, and this just isn't the way to compare two variables. So it doesn't impress at all. It's not effective as a piece of visual communication. So what about going to the next one here? Okay, is that any better? No, it's no better. We've still got two variables. It's not working. I'm sure we could do better than that. Now we've got both axes. So one axis is weight. So I assume it's this one and it's blue. And I'm assuming this is height, and the height's in meters here. And these are individuals, and I suppose what you're meant to try and say, well, that's a low height corresponds to a low weight. It's just rubbish, basically. There's no two ways of putting it. It's not effective. Okay. And you want something to tell an instant story. And if you use the gallery of charts at the top, you can select all sorts of things and they just make it worse. I've just selected one here and it looks absolutely terrible. We've got the values in there. We've got vertical pinstripe lines which try and link the graphs. It's still not effective. So simply by just picking one of the options in the gallery isn't going to solve the problem. Now, the first problem we had was that it wasn't the right sort of graph. So we need a bivariate scattergram where we've got weight and we've got subject height, and there we go. So it's a little bit better. We're in the right lines. But these polo mint symbols look very confused. What's all this white space here and here? It's not really helping us. It's all clustered up. So what we need to do is go to the gallery again. No, we don't need to go to the gallery again, because just making a black background or a blue background doesn't solve the fundamental problems with the graph. What we need to do is edit the axes by clicking on them and starting this. I think I started this, the X at 30 and it goes to 120. And I started this at 1.2, but we could actually go better than that. We could start it at 1.4 and 120. Now just look at this, okay? Not only have we got rid of that horizontal white space that's not doing anything at the bottom, we've got a better symbol and we've got rid of all of these grid lines, which are just a nuisance. They distract. Wow, so much better. So we've got a proper x-axis, we've got the units, kilograms, we've got the height in meters, we've got a title that helps us height versus weight, foundation year students 2024, and we've got a really nice pattern. And clearly there's a relationship between height and weight here. And if we go on to that, we can go that bit further by putting on a trend line. Statistics basically, so we've now got a correlation coefficient, we've got the gradient of that. It's a very weak correlation, mind, so we can look at this coming along. So we've improved the graph, and if you think about where we started with something like that and where we ended up at the end, it's just a matter of editing those symbols. And it's clear. It's got white space. It's simple. There's no distracting horizontal or vertical lines. It's a good, elegant graph that clearly communicates something effectively.